morning, my name is Sangeeth. Today I will be talking about my informative speech. Next slide. My purpose is to inform you 3 different benefits of reading in this modern era, specifically Generation Z, people born between 1997 through 2012. Just scrolling. To the
Don't have to.
Okay, reading versus technology. Nowadays, children rely on technology for entertainment. But how would you keep yourself entertained during a power outage due to a natural disaster such as Hurricane Burrow? You heard on the radio that the power won't be back for a week. During that week, technology is out of the question for entertainment. Would you put in an effort to find something to keep yourself busy? You see the book on your shelf, which your mother gave it to you months ago. Would you finally pick the book up and read it? According to one article, so where's the time once spent reading going? Screens are the inevitable conclusion. In Figure 1, there appears to be 2 stages to the decline of reading, from 1976 through 2002, and 2012 through 2022. The second period after 2012 is a familiar pattern. That's also when daily social media use became common among teens, when the majority of Americans owned a smartphone, and when Facebook bought Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram, and eventually TikTok started to fill an increasing number of hours in teens' lives. Nearly 5 hours a day by 2023, according to Gallup. Okay. My discussion over Figure 1, the graph over here. As you can see, since 1976 to 2012, the data clearly shows that the number of 12th graders who are not reading has tremendously increased. That's a scary fact. Why should you read? Reading is an important skill when you enter adulthood, especially if you're planning on going to college. According to Twinge 2024, the 12th graders who most need to be reading are those who anticipate going to graduate or professional school to get a law or medical degree, a master's degree, or a PhD. Lawyers need to read case filings. Medical students need to read complex textbooks. Academics need to read journal articles and scholarly books. And business people need to read case studies, manuals, and business books. It is simple. In order to be successful, reading is necessary. For example, from my personal experience, I've been told that I need to read a textbook or a book for a class if it's going to be on an exam. It can be very frustrating and time-consuming, but reading may help you gain the knowledge about the world of new opportunities and entertainment. Do you need ideas? Ideas to become a millionaire? Read about it. Ideas to become a barber? Read about it. Ideas to how to do anything? Read about it. Ideas to be successful? You guessed it. Read about it. Thus, reading is a skill that you will need to learn, then practice consistently. After that, you can successfully apply knowledge and vocabulary gained to real life situations accordingly. You can communicate better also. I started reading a book this summer for a couple of weeks for 30 minutes every day. I noticed a difference inside of me. The truth is, you are not going to notice it after one day. It takes time and you have to be consistent. I have been doing my own kind of research for the past couple of weeks, watching YouTube videos, reading informative blogs. Why? Because when I finally picked that book up, I noticed benefits after reading my book consistently every day. The book I'm currently reading is called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. In my personal experience, reading became beneficial to me. Furthermore, my research confirmed 3 benefits of reading. Let's talk about 3 different benefits of reading in detail. Number 1, reading strengthens your brain by stimulating your brain. Number 2, reading increases the ability to understand emotions and feelings through your imagination. Number 3, reading increases your mental vocabulary and comprehension from repetition. Okay, so going over the first benefit in detail. Next slide. Reading strengthens your brain by stimulating your brain. Reading is also an exercise that will impact your brain immensely through consistently if you have the routine to try to read every day for 20 to 30 minutes. Almost like you're working on your muscles. In this case, you're working on your brain muscles. For example, this quote, No doubt you've heard the phrase, use it or lose it. If you don't exercise your body, you'll likely lose strength, stamina, and endurance. Think of reading as a workout for your brain that literally changes your mind. According to the American Academy of Neurology, the same article from American Academy of Neurology said the brain stimulating of activities from reading have been shown to slow down cognitive decline in old age with people who participated in more mentally stimulating activities over their lifetimes. It also has shown a slower rate of decline in memory and other mental capacities. Okay, number 2. Reading is also very important for nurturing young children, which will aid to their brain development as they are growing up. According to Jennifer Duffy, graduate school dissertation chair at NU, reading is a fundamental skill needed to function in society. Words, spoken and written, are the building blocks by which a child's mind grows. Reading is not only essential to a child's verbal and cognitive development, but it also teaches the child to listen, develop new language, and communicate. She says books also opens a child's imagination into discovering his or her world. Okay, my subpoint, going off of that, sort of piggybacking that. Reading fiction can help children certain development called the theory of mind. So going in more detail, the theory of mind, the ability to understand other people's beliefs, values, and emotions, attitudes, basically anything from a different perspective. A study published in Science, a journal of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, reveals evidence that reading passages of literary fiction versus nonfiction or popular fiction enhance readers' performance on theory of mind tasks. Second benefit. Reading increases the ability to understand emotions and feelings through your imagination. Moreover, reading fiction helps increase your ability to understand emotions and feelings, not just children, but for everybody. For example, a character in the story is describing how they feel, maybe something sad, depressing, exciting, happy, or even mad. You could possibly feel for the character, even if it's fiction. Another article mentioned that a growing body of research has found that people who read fiction tend to better understand and share in the feelings of others, even those who are different from themselves. Even then, we can even say that we read fiction, we can relate to the character's emotional experience, whether we ourselves have or have not experienced it at all. Therefore, we could relate to a character's experience without ever experiencing it in the first place, because reading uses our imagination. We can imagine how the character is feeling emotionally. From the same article, fiction has the capacity to transport you into another character's mind, allowing you to see and feel what they do. This can expose us to life circumstances that are very different from our own. Through fiction, we can experience the world as another gender, ethnicity, culture, sexuality, profession, or age. Okay, my third and final benefit. Reading increases your mental vocabulary and comprehension from repetition. From my personal experience, as I kept reading my book, I noticed unconsciously my brain started picking up words I normally wouldn't use as I would communicate with my friends. My friend said I sounded very studious sometimes. These were the same words from the book. Increasing your vocabulary will make you seem more professional, especially between business partners. You come off as more educated and trustworthy to business partners, people, younger children, as a man to other women, etc. One article suggested that a 2019 poll conducted by Sangeeth showed that 69% of employers are looking to hire people with soft skills like the ability to communicate effectively. Reading books is the best way to increase your exposure to new words learned in context. Even at a young age, children can improve their vocabulary as well. So this means they will be able to communicate higher than the average child would without reading. Okay, my subpoint to that. From the same article, researchers have found that students who read books regularly, beginning at a young age, gradually develop large vocabularies. And vocabulary size can influence many areas of your life, from scores on standardized tests to college admissions and job opportunities. In my final conclusion, I'd like to remind you that data of Gen Z, reading habits becoming worse as technology use has increased. I strongly encourage you all to read more books because it has many benefits, such as number one, it is great for brain stimulation. Number two, it increases your ability to understand emotions and feelings through vivid imagery. And number three, reading increases your mental vocabulary, which will help you communicate professionally. So take a break from social media or decrease technology use and grab a book. And these are my references. What did you take away from the end of my speech? Thank you.